How does privilege impact inclusive queer spaces? Imagine walking into a space where everyone is supposed to feel safe and accepted. But sometimes, certain people might feel more at home than others. That's because privilege can shape who feels truly included. Privilege means having advantages that others don't, often based on race, gender, income, or ability. In queer spaces, this can make a big difference in how safe and supported someone feels. Many queer spaces are created to bring people together and share experiences. But not everyone experiences these spaces equally. For example, spaces often focus on white LGBTQ+ experiences. This can make LGBTQ+ people of color feel like they don't belong or aren't seen. If a space mainly talks about issues that affect white people, it can unintentionally push others to the side. Gender and gender expression also matter. Some spaces celebrate certain ways of being masculine or feminine. But non-binary or gender non-conforming people might feel left out if their identities aren't recognized or appreciated. When spaces only support specific gender expressions, others might feel invisible or unwelcome. Socioeconomic status plays a role too. If a queer space is in an expensive neighborhood or requires lots of money to join, low-income LGBTQ+ teens might find it hard to participate. This can create barriers that keep some people out, even if they want to be part of the community. Disability is another important factor. If a space isn't physically accessible or doesn't consider the needs of people with disabilities, those individuals might feel excluded. For example, a space without ramps or sign language interpreters can unintentionally shut out some teens from joining in. Sometimes privilege shows up in small ways, like microaggressions or assumptions. Someone might make a comment that seems harmless but actually makes another person feel uncomfortable or invisible. These tiny actions can add up and make a space less welcoming. Understanding privilege helps us build better, inclusive spaces. We can do this by listening to those who are often left out and making sure their voices are heard. Practical steps include making spaces physically accessible, choosing respectful language, and centering the experiences of marginalized groups. For LGBTQ+ teens, finding spaces that truly welcome all identities is key. It's also important to recognize your own privileges and use them to support others. When we do this, we help create communities where everyone feels seen, valued, and safe to be themselves. Building these inclusive environments takes effort, but it makes a real difference in how connected and supported everyone feels.